everyone, welcome back to How To Tuesday. This week I'm going to show you how to make a really fun chunky knit scarf that you can make using our knitting kit available at thehandworkstudio.com. This is a great project because we use large knitting needles and chunky yarn to make a scarf that works up quick and easy. This scarf is made using the stockinette stitch. The stockinette stitch is a combination of doing one row of knitting followed by one row of purling and then repeating knit, purl, knit, purl. So we're going to begin with our knit row, and we're going to knit a first row of 12 stitches. With my first row of knitting complete, I'm now going to do my row of purl stitches. If you need to learn how to purl, be sure to check out the YouTube video on our channel that teaches you how to do the purl stitch. Remember, you can't do the stockinette stitch unless you do one row of knitting and one row of purling. After you've done several rows of knitting and purling, your yarn will start to take on a nice woven look, just like this. This is what the stockinette stitch looks like. So you'll continue to do this until your piece is about 30 inches long, or long enough to wrap around your neck and tuck it in to be nice and warm. So I'm just going to keep knitting. So now that I've done a considerable amount of stitching, I am just about ready to cast off. So remember, casting off is just like knitting, except instead of knitting all of your stitches onto one side of the needle, you play leapfrog. You knit 1 and 2 stitches over, and then you bring the back stitch over that first stitch. If you're totally new to casting off, be sure to check out the YouTube video that I teach you how to cast off in. So you'll cast off all of your stitches, and then we'll do a quick snip at the end and weave in our tails. Now that I'm at my last stitch, I'm just going to take my fingers and pull a long loop, use my scissors and give it a snip, and then pull the remaining yarn from my scarf. Here's my super long tail, and I'm just going to take my darning needle, thread that with what's left, and then weave that into my row of stitches. And this is how you complete your chunky knit scarf using the stockinette stitch. Very fancy stuff here. So now when everyone asks you, oh, where'd you get that fancy scarf? You can say, oh, no, didn't buy that. I made that. That's pretty cool. Well, that is it for this week, my friends. Be sure to join us next week on How To Tuesday.